Hello everyone, happy new month and welcome to the beginning of the second quarter of the year 2025. As usual, my name is Ikelua Potesi, Product Marketing Manager, Standards and Best Practice. Welcome to a brand new episode of SMBP Pulse. Today I have three interesting guests with me. We are going to be talking on a very important topic on the future of work and AI automations. Without much further ado, let's get to meet our guests. Here, welcome guys. Welcome professionals. Welcome best people.
Good afternoon.
I'm so excited to have you all here. It's such an interesting thing to have tech and AI and HR professionals all in one space.
Thank you.
Guys, you don't want to know what I did to have them here. So let's get to meet them. To my immediate right is Mr. Olubenga Ajewole. He is the IT and AI Automations Manager for Training Heights Limited. And right next to him is the HR for A4S Online. Her name is Oreoluwani Akindele. And to her right, is none other than Mr. Ayola Diekolola, right? Diekola or Diekolola? Dear Caller. Dear Caller. That's an interesting name. We'll get to that. He is the head of IT for Panoramic Synergy Enterprise PSC, and we are cooking something. It's going to be really interesting. So let's just get right into it. Before we started, I hinted us that our topic is going to be on AI automation. So let me give us the full topic, okay? The full topic is on the future of work, AI automation, and how it's going to affect our workplaces, hiring processes, and job roles in the next future. So my very first question is to our HR practitioner.
Okay.
Ma'am. Ma'am. Okay, so my first question is, how do you see AI automation reshaping workforce dynamics? And what strategies should HR leaders adopt to balance, the efficiency of both a human-centric place of work and an automated place of work?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question.
You're
welcome. And I'm honored to be here. Okay, so I'm just going to break down your questions so I'm able to cover every part. So the first is, how do I see AI automation transform?
Reshaping, workplace dynamics.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I think that the first thing is, as people say, AI is here to stay, right? And I mean, just as we've been having different kind of technology advancement, this is just one of it. Now, a lot of people say AI is coming to take their jobs away. I have been personally, I've been learning that that's not true. I mean, just like I said, same way we had Microsoft come up with, Excel, Google, Excel, Word, and the likes of that.
PowerPoint, yeah.
Yes, and now we are used to it. I mean, it makes work better for us.
Yes.
I think that's the way we are also having AI coming and it's going to make work better for us. So we have work efficiency. It's going to enhance productivity, basically. Right? So I think that that's one of the major ways AI is coming into the workspace to make things better. And with regards to strategies that I think HR leaders can adopt, I think that the first thing would be to demystify the whole idea around AI. A lot of people don't even understand exactly what it is. So I think that the first thing would be education, right? To educate our staff, to educate the workforce.
Create an awareness around the whole.
Thank you very much. To create an awareness, okay, what exactly is AI and how can it be of help to you?
As a professional.
In your particular field, right? So how can I adopt AI as an HR practitioner, right? So there are courses that, interestingly, I took one course, AI in HR, and I started to understand the different ways I can implement AI tools in every of my job functions. And just to find out that it's just going to make life easier for me, right? So I mean, if I could give an example. So with the help of my very good friend here, Olubenga, right? So we came up with this, the Allison free LMS that we use to train our staff now. So, I mean, it's just a dashboard and I can just implement, I can pick courses. I can also upload courses for my workforce to take, and can also monitor their progress.
Progress.
I mean, that is way better than having to look for trainings up and down, then start to say, oh, okay, this is where this one will hold. And I can give them a timeline. So it helps me track. It also makes sure that I give them specialized courses to their individual roles in the organization. So typically, to create an awareness, that's one of the things HR leaders can do. Also to, I mean, adopt these AI tools in the different ways that we can. I mean, so for example, like I mentioned, there's an AI tool for every single job function that I found out in HR. And I believe it's the same with regards to other roles, right? So coming up with these tools and seeing how I can adopt one of them, two of them, to gradually make that transformation happen, because it might not just be
One-time thing.
one-time thing. Exactly.
It's a
So
continuous process.
yes, and you have to give the people the avenue or the room to get used to
and adjust to the change.
yeah, I mean, because we do need to. You can't just say, oh, okay, oh, if you don't know how to use AI,
You're
leave
out
the
the
company.
door.
Right? You can't do that. So you have
Yeah.
to say things. You have to make sure you are able to let the people get
Ease into it.
yeah, exactly. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. So ease into the particular change that is coming. But definitely AI is here to stay, like I said, and it is for our own good.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think you answered the question in a very, very simple and easy way. And I think you applied a lot of empathy in the way you answered your question, because like you say, the fear is real. People are scared out of their minds, out of their brains that AI is coming to take their work. And that in itself, it is kind of paralyzing them and limiting them to the extent they can actually thrive.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's it. So I think HR professionals, before you even come up with any strategy, come from a place of empathy. Understand the fears of these people, that it's valid, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have my next question for the tech bros in the house. Now, tech bros, I don't know which of you would like to answer the question, so I'm throwing it to you, gentlemen. Beyond automation, now that AI automation is revolutionizing workplace, how can organizations ensure they enhance human potential rather than replace it? How can workplace
Let me
enhance?
start from there, and I'm going to continue from where
She stopped.
she stopped.
Please go ahead.
One of the things that you need to understand is that
Mm-hmm.
training is a key part of every revolution.
Okay.
Anytime you're trying to bring in something new into any place, you need to understand that the people really need to know how that particular thing works. So when you say, how does it revolutionize the workplace? Is it replacing people? One of the things I used to tell people around me is that, what is AI?
Okay.
And I'll tell them that it's just a machine programmed to be able to do a repetitive task for you. Example of repetitive task is write this document to a friend. Now I want to wish you a birthday. I need to find a word. So I don't have to be thinking, okay, what is the next word
To do exactly.
I have to write a letter to the HR that I'm not going to be coming to office tomorrow. What's the format to use?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So all those things have been already programmed into that particular machine,
Okay.
which is not tagged artificial intelligence. It has a human reasoning in itself. So what happens is that, since a lot of people have already putting knowledge into that particular system or machine to be able to translate to us. So I will now go back to where she was saying that it cannot replace
A human
effort, because a machine can never be creative, even though it learns. I get it. It learns based on whatever input it does. It can never, because just imagine I need to be on the pitch and we need to play football, and Benga here to play football. And several times Benga has dribbled me. Do you know that I can, as a human being, I can think of what is the next thing to do to stop him from dribbling me.
Yes.
A machine cannot do that. Do you get what I'm saying? So the workforce or people around that need to use artificial intelligence need to first learn those things. So that's where the HR needs to come in and ensure that they know or have the skills which the training comes in to be able to handle.
Thank you very much. Benga,
So
would you
let me
like
come
to?
in on that.
Yeah.
So there's something I tell people. You prepare, you learn, and you adapt.
Prepare,
Right?
learn,
And
adapt. Wow. Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Preparation, AI is coming. You prepare for it.
Yes.
Learning, that is HRs.
Yes.
Right? Why adaptation? What you've learned,
Yes.
you
Put it to
use
good
it.
use.
You understand?
Interesting.
That is.
Very
Guys,
concise and
be
straight to the
prepared.
point.
AI is coming. It's here to stay. Learn the nuances of AI. I mean, there are new jobs springing up, prompts, engineering, and so. And then adapt. Don't just learn and just put it in your box of skills and just cover it up and allow it get cobwebs. Please bring your A game. So this will take us to the next question, which is hinged on ethical consideration. So in the tech space or in the science field, there's a whole lot of conversation about ethical science, ethical technology. What is balancing it out? What is checkmating it? Are we just allowing people run wild? And you know, because of this, how advanced AI has become, people are really scared. I mean, what are AI telling our kids? What's AI doing? What information about us is AI, taking in, and are this information safe and all of that? So this will now take me to the question which I'm about to ask now. How can HR and tech leaders strike the right balance between leveraging AI for efficiency while maintaining fairness, inclusivity, transparency in the decision-making process?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So I think according to what you said, there is a body that checkmates AI that I'm aware
Sure.
of.
Yes.
And just as we have what we call best practices, I
Yes.
believe that, or best practice rather, I
Yes.
believe that when it comes to AI also you have something like that, which
Yes.
is why I think there's a compliance body. So if we are having AI and AI tools come up, they have to meet they have to be compliant with this regulatory body. Another thing I think is the would be right to do rather is to have more or less like an AI team in your organization.
Okay.
So what the AI team does is they probably carry basic audits on your tools
Okay.
to see to ensure that the tools that you are adopting in your organization
Yes.
are not biased.
Okay.
Right. So for example, I think that was done in an organization. I think it was Amazon or so. I can't really remember now. And then they found out that the AI that they were using was biased against women when it
Gender
comes
bias.
yes, gender bias when it comes to recruitment. So they had to scrap it.
Okay.
Right. So if you have a team in your organization that does that, that I think that also works. So also on the HR side, we cannot, because of AI, neglect our policies and the
Okay.
fact that we have diversity, we have inclusion and all of those things. So like we said, AI is not totally taking your job. And like Mr. Yola said, it is humans that put what is in AI in AI.
Yes.
Do you understand? So we need to know that, okay, when it comes to diversity, when it comes to inclusion, all of those things are there. So for example, we could have a mixture of both. So while we do our recruitment and we use maybe a recruiting tool, we can also ensure that, I mean,
The human touch is there.
the human touch is there. I have a one-on-one conversation, maybe the final stage. So the AI is allowed to, I mean, out of 20,000 applications,
Sieve out,
I mean, see all of those things out. So when you get to the final stage, you have a one-on-one conversation with the person that you're about to hire, so that you get to know the person. So as well as the onboarding stage. So it doesn't actually take away the human touch, and there's also the need to merge the both of them. So that's exactly.
You have the best of both worlds. Sure.
That's very good. That's very correct.
Mr.
Let
Lea?
me pick
Yeah.
a word from my boss, Dr. Lando.
Okay.
He used to say, when I give you a task to do, I don't expect you to use AI.
Yeah.
Do the hard work, then use AI to complement.
Yeah, definitely.
So what that really means is this. When you give AI to do all your job for you, don't forget that there's something we call bias. She mentioned it the other time, and that is you don't even know the person that trained it. I remember there was a person I was speaking with, and I said, you cannot give what you don't have.
You don't have that.
Yes.
Just imagine I, myself, when I was in the university, I was just a pass student. And I learned how to automate AI, and has begun to program some applications that I'm implementing, and I'm trying to make sure that this particular application runs using AI.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you cannot expect to get anything out of it. Do you get what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah, definitely.
So what you need to understand is that with the advent of artificial intelligence, it's only to assist your work experience, to be able to ensure that you are delivering as at when due. So you don't just give in all your best, or just you neglect what you're supposed to do and allow the AI to do whatever you're supposed to do. At the end of the day, you find out that even the AI you are giving doesn't even know what you are even saying.
Actually.
Probably you won't. Let me give another example. I remember recently I was doing a particular task, and I pasted what I've done. Just pasted it on the AI, ChatGPT to be precise. And then I got to a particular stage. It just changed everything. The values that I supplied was different from
what it was giving you.
Yes, the data type that I gave it was different from data type that it gave me. The column that I specified was different. I had to tell you, I said, "Come, guy, is your memory lost?"
I can imagine.
Then that's to apologize. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? That's a machine. What I'm trying to say is that you don't leverage all your efforts on this.
You don't solely depend on it.
Yes, do your hard work. Then let it all complement your hard work to give a very good result. Thank you.
All right. So let me pick on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, prompts you put into this, artificial intelligence.
Yes.
It is important.
Okay.
You don't want to give sensitive information.
Yeah.
All right. So I believe employee should be trained on prompt.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Prompt engineers.
Okay.
How you provide information. Right. Security wise and other things.
Okay.
Thank you.
This brings us to our last question, the future of work. As we all know, work has changed. The dynamics of work has changed over time. Different factors have affected it, and AI is no different. So this question says, in a world where automation has minimized human interaction within the work process and within the workflow, how can we ensure, as professionals and stakeholders in this whole AI and workflow process, how can we foster innovation, collaboration amongst team to push the idea of work culture? So I think Ora is like the best person to start the answers to those questions.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we need to know is that since the COVID period, we had like a change in the work.
Yes, true.
So now we have remote things. I mean, if you go on LinkedIn, you see someone in Europe, Europe trying to do a global recruitment for people in Africa and other parts. So we have a more or less like a diversified workforce. And like you mentioned, it's very possible for people to decide, oh, okay, I'm working from this particular place and I want to just work on my own. So, but as HR professionals, it's our job to ensure that collaboration is not lagging. We can adopt AI in the use of collaboration tools.
Yeah.
But aside that, we can also ensure that when it comes to, like we mentioned, we already talked about the human touch.
Yeah.
And that is not missing. So we make use of communication tools. Communication tools as well as collaboration tools. And then we also need to ask ourselves, what is the vision and the mission of the organization? What are the core values of the organization? Because some organizations don't actually mind, right? So, but there are some that actually mind. Some just need people, engineers all over the world to develop and get the work done.
Yeah. Okay. So Olubenga, please. Some of the tools. Oh, sorry. Olubenga, please.
So for collaboration,
yes,
there is a lot of them out there.
Yes.
Companies has come up with a lot. Google has its own.
Yeah.
So as
Okay.
we have for Microsoft, for meetings we have Microsoft Teams.
We have Zoom too.
We have Zoom.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Skype.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of them actually Slack.
Yeah.
And which is really helping in the sense of the remote roles and all of that. And for the collaboration, maybe we're working on the same project together. maybe working on the same document.
Yeah.
Then we can make use of Microsoft Excel 365.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Figma.
Figma. They all these applications have a place for collaboration. You can add multiple users.
Even
You can work on
Slack
the
too
same
does.
Yeah,
project.
definitely.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of applications out
Yeah.
there.
So that
can
means
leverage on.
as HR, we need to just drive these tools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you very much. This was very insightful, educative, and I learned. I'm inspired. I mean, it's a whole new world. The world is changing. The world is advancing, and you can't just remain, nonchalant about these changes, these innovations that are happening. Because if you do not join on the bandwagon, you're going to be left behind. On that note, we are coming to the end of the podcast. So I'm going to ask my guests to give us one parting word, something that you should remember. If you forget everything that we've said here today, something that you should take home, remember, and work on. So I will start with Mr. Ayola first. Mr. Ayola, a parting word for our viewers.
What I'm going to tell you this afternoon is this, and it's very simple. You don't want to lose your job, do the hard work.
Good.
Leave the rest for the machine. Do you understand? Do the hard work. Let people know that this is what you are proficient at. If you are doing that, I'm telling you, no AI, no machine, no robot, nothing can be able to take your place. Because it is we that will still program or give a prompt on what to do. So you are safe, your job is safe. So don't be afraid, huh?
Mafo, don't panic.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
This is the first time I say, I said what I said. But I think that I'm just going to say that number one is you're not alone. If you're listening,
Yes.
I mean, you're not alone. Let me not make it too
literally. You're not alone.
So open yourself up to opportunities, because that's another thing. AI is coming with a lot of opportunities that we can all open ourselves up to.
Yeah.
So that's my advice for you. Open yourself up to opportunities.
Olubenga, my guy, give them.
All right. So when it comes to AI,
Yes.
one thing I want you to understand is that
Yes.
we are in the testing era. Like I said earlier, we are in the testing era. So you should prepare, learn, and adapt. Thank you.
Yeah, and from me, my own parting word will be innovate or die. You either innovate or you die. And that is it. The world is a global village now, and we are advancing. And you know where to get your innovation and professional development from. It is standards and best practice. We are your number one stop for ISO certification and best practices. So visit www.smbp.net to learn more about all our offerings, all our free foundation courses. Don't say I told you.
Upskill.
And like I said, upskill, innovate or you die. And with that, we have come to the end of this beautiful segment. Until I see you again next time, I remain Ikeoluwapo Evelyn Tessie, your one and only product manager for Standards and Best Practice. Bye.
Standards and Best Practice, your partner in professional development.